First question, taking a gap year, overrated or underrated?
Underrated for the most part. I think that taking some time between college and law school is a fantastic way to get to know yourself, to take some time to figure out what you're really looking for out of law school and can strengthen your application. That said, for some people, it's the best decision to go straight from college to law school, and that's fine too. But generally speaking, I would say that taking time between college and law school is underrated.
Okay, great to know. I also took a year off before school, so it was definitely nice rather than just going straight in. Our second question is, having a letter of recommendation from someone working in the legal field, overrated or underrated?
Overrated. It's most important that the recommender knows you well. So if that's somebody who has law or lawyer or legal professional somewhere in their job description or title, then great. But it's more important that they know you than that they have any particular experience, their own prior experience in the law.
Awesome. And applying as soon as the application opens, overrated or underrated?
Underrated, actually. Again, you should submit when it works best for you, but I think there's something really nice about catching admissions officers when they're fresh. It's been a couple months since they read applications, and they're just like so excited at the beginning of the cycle. One should know, though, that applying right when the application opens doesn't necessarily mean you'll get a decision faster in a rolling admissions process. And stay tuned on our blog for announcements about the admissions decision dates for next year.
Awesome. I'll put a little link to that then, so people can check that out. Including a third letter of recommendation, overrated or underrated?
Generally overrated. A third letter of recommendation makes the best sense if there's something that the recommender can tell us that hasn't already been said by your first two recommenders. And the most typical profile I see is 2 academic and then 1 professional. But I think it's better to choose, far better to choose 2 recommenders very, very well and thoughtfully than to feel like you need to drum up a third just to kind of feel like you've checked the box for a third letter of recommendation. Because sometimes a weaker third letter can actually dilute 2 stronger letters.
Okay, awesome. That was very helpful. Let's go on to our next question. Dressing up for your law school interview, underrated or overrated?
Underrated for the most part. There's no need to wear a full tuxedo or, a 3-piece suit or anything like that. But there is something really nice when the person appears on Zoom and it looks like they've put some thought and effort into preparing for the interview. And you can see that right away based on their appearance. And I would recommend wearing a shirt. We've had some experiences with people not wearing a shirt.
Okay, good to know. Next question, including an optional essay, overrated or underrated?
Underrated. I get a lot out of the optional essays. So they're typically 1-page, double-spaced. They can go on to the second page. There's no hard and fast rules about it, but we usually recommend 1 page. And you can just learn so much about a person from that optional essay and from that 1 page. So I would say underrated.
Okay, awesome. And our last question, adding an application update to your JD portal, overrated or underrated?
Underrated, but we've tried to be very clear, particularly for people on the wait list, that that is something they should really consider doing, especially for letters of continued interest. We tried to be very direct in our messaging about that this year.